Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with The Sopranos. Last time around we had Pie Oh My. There's a second dash Pie Oh My. Where basically Ralphie had a racehorse. Tony was really good at calling how that racehorse should perform. And because of that, Ralphie was giving Tony some money for his winnings. But then he was given too much, and then he didn't like how Tony basically took ownership of the horse. And then that was that. Janice is getting close to Bobby for some reason. Carmela's still worried about the insurance. Adriana is trying to avoid giving details to the FBI. And that's literally all I have written down for last episode. I guess the other thing is Bobby finally got back to work and did the job that June needed him to do. So, yeah. That's pretty much where we left off. Yeah. And I'm tired, so let's just go ahead and jump right into this episode. Here we go.
Thousands of years doing this.
Oh?
Maybe in 20 minutes in your Webendorfer factory parking lot.
Yeah, he's not ready for that. Wake up.
Jesus Christ.
Quit taking heroin.
Jason said your old man's mostly legit now anyway.
Yeah? Like what?
He's in waste management.
Garbage?
Recycling.
What about drugs and prostitution and shit?
No.
His dad owns a strip club though.
Let's go.
We get carded.
We can just stop by and watch the strippers coming in and out, right?
Okay, Coconut Head, you're not cut out for that. Did Furio, see that immediately?
Over the next couple of years, more and more are going to be giving my orders through you. And then finally, only through you. And there's going to be a period of transition.
Jesus Christ, T.
You're going to take this family into the 21st century.
We're already in the 21st century, though, T. Whatever you say, T.
Forget the metaphor.
That's what I was going to say to you. What you did for me, that fuck who killed my father. I'll never forget that.
All right.
I only hope I'm worthy.
Well, stop with the
How will
heroin.
you be worthy?
Just saying.
I heard a car. Your son's out past curfew again.
Call us up.
Oh, my goodness.
No. Furio?
I didn't know anybody else was here.
I just used the men's room.
Yeah, go, handsome man. Don't. She's trying not to really badly.
Remember that nice sales lady?
Yep.
I don't think so.
Gloria Trillo. She gave me a ride home that day. You know what Jerry told me about her?
She moved to Iceland.
She died.
What?
You what?
She committed suicide. Isn't that awful?
Should have moved to Iceland.
She hung herself from a chandelier. Good evening,
Kevin.
Silvio.
Ugh.
How much?
$10,000.
Mer Ari. 5.
7.5.
Okay.
Artie, what are you doing?
Charmaine is French.
Not remotely.
Yeah. Artie, why are you lending money to the French?
I could have an empire like Bobby Flay, and it still wouldn't be good enough for you.
Okay, I'll make you a deal,
Oh,
Artie.
Artie.
We'll start working on your empire right after we pay the $10,000 of all the denture Melissa's gonna need this year.
This is why the French are drawing him in. Nothing about the French, by the way. French are great people, but Artie and money do not work.
Actually, she died.
What happened?
Well,
He has to hear it himself.
She committed suicide. But I got the impression she wasn't very lucky with men. That sort of thing.
They always leave a note.
She did leave a note on her desk. The police took it.
Mm-hmm.
Later, they told us it was just copy for a classified ad. She was selling her wolf stone. Anyway,
Okay. In a nutshell, I'd like to
So,
borrow a little money.
How little?
50,000. It's for a couple of weeks. I'm upgrading the kitchen in the restaurant.
and he's
Get the
lying.
fuck out of here. What you take out of that bar, you must be sitting on money like King Croesus.
So not only are you dealing with money with them, it's specifically Ralphie.
The insurance check's gonna come.
Yeah, that sounds convincing.
I hate to do it, Artie, but I think I'm gonna pass. Sorry.
Yeah, he smells something fishy, and it's not just what he's cooking. You can probably get some sort of a fish dish in an Italian restaurant.
How you doing?
What's going on?
That's an immediate red flag.
You've been drinking.
Why the fuck didn't you help her?
Sometimes you can't.
I bet you charged her enough, didn't you, huh? I bet you didn't cut her a deal because you're fucking incompetent.
I give my patients everything I've got. And when something like this happens, I'm devastated.
Well, at least he's picking it up this time. Okay.
She was a good kid.
It's the new vodka. This stuff is sweeping Europe. It's gonna be bigger than Stoli, Goose. Whoever heard of Goose before? It's French vodka.
Meh.
Huh? These guys, they're big players. They're throwing millions behind product introduction.
How you got it?
I told you, Tony, no.
Yeah, what the fuck am I? A toxic person or something?
No. Tony,
Let's
come on.
not get into that right
Please.
now.
I'll try.
That was a hell of a hug. Yeah, okay. For a second I was like, I wonder, but no, these are obviously new scenes that they filmed with her, so.
Tony? Anthony? What you want to say? This? Or this? So, okay. Oof.
Tony!
Oh, this sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, Soprano Family Living Trust, as discussed.
And when I croak, it's her problem.
You have made me so happy, Tony.
Hmm.
And if I was like obnoxious about this, I'm sorry.
Hey, come on.
Stop apologizing to
Lava
him.
cookies for the big.
Meanwhile. You didn't see anything.
Your house is out, right?
My mom's boyfriend's using it as an office, and I'm not at my dad's till next week.
My sister's dorm.
At Columbia? Sure, let's go.
No, that's...
I thought it'd be like Don Corleone's compound with gate, wall, big old Cadillacs. Isn't that stupid?
Our place in Tahoe looks exactly like Michael's in two.
Wow. Really?
No, we don't have a place in Tahoe. We have a boat, though.
That was smooth.
I'm like a gangster dude's girlfriend.
You don't... good grief.
Are you sure this is it?
Brook Avenue and 161st Street,
Columbia, this looks like Harlem.
South Bronx.
Yeah, this is where she works.
I'm Meadow, the Lightness Man's sister. I'm Devin. Hi.
Can I talk to you?
I need your room.
Is this what you do on a Friday night?
The South Bronx Law Center. It's a free criminal defense service for those who can't afford legal counsel. I intern here.
I need to use your room.
What for?
Little Kim Wexler in the making.
You know.
I want to bang my girlfriend on your bed.
You've got to be kidding. I thought we'd go to the Alphabets. A friend of my sister's reading. She's a novelist.
There's a live footage going on right
The
now.
greatest cultural center in the world.
Down
And you
and
came
down.
over here for sex?
Probably just gonna cruise. Is the tree up at Rockefeller Center yet?
Was it Christmas again?
I think they're overwhelmed. I mean, they're in a cycle. They keep having kids.
I know.
We're just so insulated from reality. I mean,
We really do live in a
we have
society.
everything we want.
They don't even have a dining room. There's 5 people living there. It's just this little box.
Man, what a tragedy. Bottom text.
You. I eat so much of your gnocchi. I'm gonna get a belly.
Artie, you're falling for the French girl.
We don't see you here anymore.
Eh.
Or up at the house either.
Christopher, he can't seem to shake this flu.
Yeah, I noticed his skin doesn't look so good.
Eh.
He's just stressed out.
She should tell Carmela. Because Carmela could help, I think.
God, I love marrow.
You know, my day was going so well.
Like, something for after dinner? I got a nice Armagnac.
Ouch. I used to drink that in France. Histamines.
Oh, I think it's good.
Oh, I know, Tony. Can I have a nonino pickle? I know it's expensive.
Yeah. Bring me one, too.
I mean, if Janice says it's not good, it's probably good then.
So that's it. What is so fucking compelling to you about my personal business?
Jesus Christ, am I such an ogre? I was just gonna say he's a nice guy. I salute.
I'm sorry.
What am I, a toxic person?
It's the second time you've asked that today.
Did you ever know anybody that ever committed suicide?
Funny. I used to live in Seattle, Tony.
Damn.
Anybody,
Sorry to Seattle, Jesus.
Murray Furlong. People said he was in the CIA, gone for long periods of time. And I always thought he was gay. I don't know. Maybe that's not mutually exclusive. But anyway.
There could be gay people in the
One
CIA.
day.
I'm peeing here.
Can I talk to you?
I'm still peeing.
Yeah. What's going on?
I just want to give you a little heads up.
Yeah, what do you think?
You gotta get your arms around this thing.
Now.
You know what I'm saying? Huh?
You go do it. Before it's really a problem.
Called you 5 times. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Message machine broken.
Just practicing.
Nice
Oh, come on. Where are we? Oh, Chris. I see. You know what? He might need to be sent to rehab for a bit. Ah, look at him. Looks like a character in the Matrix. He's just missing some sunglasses. Oh, he's here to fuck someone's day up.
But you said it was the next vodka.
Hey, so we are big boys. We must move on.
Move on. He's out $50,000. Oh!
Fuck to your mother!
Artie, you didn't think this through. Ah!
My earring!
Ow!
You ripped my fucking ear!
You call.
Okay, do not mess with the French. Good job, Artie.
You gotta poke the perimeter and tap on the gate until she's out of her fucking mind and begging. Then you own that shit. That pussy's yours. I think she's ready. We shall know forsooth. We've been to her house. She doesn't sign.
I mean, he does... I don't know. This guy does kind of look like a little John Lennon. I don't think he is a little John Lennon, though.
Proceed on up. Park in the auto court.
Oof. She's got some real shit in this place.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't know that I was dating a princess. Oh, Artie.
Oh, it's true. Iceland is a volcano.
Hawaii is a volcano.
I mean, volcanoes can exist anywhere, man. Well, this is the first time this season that he's had anyone.
Take care of Charmaine.
What did you do, Artie?
Oh, no. Artie!
Call 911.
That's a good idea.
More good than I can.
Yeah.
They're all cocks.
Well, Picasso was an old man by then.
Shit, they must be worth millions at least. Isn't your dad afraid we're gonna steal them?
No.
You two bozos?
I feel so stupid. My mother's stupid Yadro, and we have a housekeeper 3 days a week?
I don't care. I like you.
Rubber sole in mint condition. This has got to be worth what?
You should have told me.
You should have told me that you were really rich.
I don't know, but...
$50,000 to take the rest of my life. Well, it's 51.5, big wise, Artie, and technically you already missed the payment.
That helps.
What about the rest of the money?
Yeah.
I'll assume the guy's dead. Collect the 50 G's.
Thank you. The cobwebs are now removed.
The fuck are you talking about?
You saw this whole thing, didn't you? You knew exactly what was gonna happen.
What?
You can see 20 moves down the road. Please, I don't blame you. I envy you.
Artie, sometimes you need to know when to shut the fuck up.
You think it's my fault you're fucking lying in here?
It's just that somebody mentions 50 grand to bankroll a French digestif, and your mind goes through all the permutations at like internet speed and realizes, oh, worst case scenario, I eat for free.
Artie, what is wrong with you?
You're fucking suicide. You're disgraceful.
I'm sorry.
It all depends upon your appetite.
Oh, hey.
I'll meet you anytime.
I was working out between Furio and Jessica.
My grandfather's sitting at a table, and in front of him is steak of pizziola. And standing next to him is my grandmother. And she's wearing a blue dress, and she's poured him a glass of wine. And he says to me, you see this? If you got a good wife, you're a millionaire. So the next day, I go over to Carmela's house for dinner with her family. And in front of me is steak pizziola. And before I could even realize the deja vu that was going on, Carmela's standing next to me in a blue dress, pouring me a glass of soda. The next day, I bought the ring.
Aww.
One suicide is bad enough, but two?
Eh.
They can both go fuck themselves.
All right, that's a response.
Made a donation to the suicide hotline in her name, and that's it.
Well, that's a good thing. Ugh. Now you're fucked.
Hey, AJ. How come your dad doesn't have that Don Corleone money?
I don't know.
I don't know, maybe the fucking federal government? Coconut head starting shit. Do you think I need to put a warning at the beginning of the video? Sometimes videos will do that, you know, when there's talk about, like, suicide and stuff. Do I need to put that at the beginning of the video? I don't know. I feel like anybody who clicked on this video, though, knows what the episode is about. At least I assume. I don't think anybody is just perusing the internet and suddenly finds Season 4, Episode 6 reaction to The Sopranos randomly. So, I guess this is the question, though, of... is Tony a toxic person? There's a question posed twice in the episode. Is he a toxic person? Yes. I mean, like, yes. And the thing, yes. That's, like, okay. Now, I don't know. See, with that specific phrasing, it's like, I want to go back to the old discussions we used to have of, you know, like, Tony's toxic relationships with, like, his mother, you know? Because we used to have that. We used to have that discussion, but now, I mean, it's kind of the thing of, like, you know, well, I mean, it's the flame, You know? The moth to the flame. Tony is also a moth, but Tony is also a flame. You know? That's what we talked about last season. The moth to the flame. Gloria. Jackie. Now look at both of them. Burned. I mean, that's also one thing about Artie. Artie gets dangerously close to being burned, you know? Artie gets dangerously close to being burned, but... And in a sense, he is burned. He's just not completely burned, I guess. I don't know. You know, Artie is such a double-edged sword in this show. Because when we see him, I'm like, here's Artie. But at the same time, it's like, here's Artie. What's Artie doing? Yeah. If Artie shows up, it's probably not for a good thing, you know? It means he's about to get himself in trouble, you know? It is, I will say, it's a bit difficult to do all this talk about, which we barely started, but all this stuff about, you know, toxic people and toxic relationships and stuff like that. And then to just look at my notes and be like, oh yeah, AJ, they live in a society. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know how much there is to really talk about, AJ. Yeah, so, okay, toxicity. I don't know, man. Yeah, you are. You're a toxic person. It took you this long to figure that out, you know? I guess because now there's a innocent victim of you. Which, I mean, like, innocence, you know, there are different degrees of innocence, I suppose we could say. I mean, Gloria, biggest sin is having an affair with a married man, I guess, you know? Artie, biggest sin is, I don't know, thinking too much of himself, maybe. I wonder if Artie is almost a stand-in for Jackie from last season, yeah, because this episode deals with the Gloria plot line from last season, but there's nothing about Jackie's plot line, which was a little bit more major, but it was the other thing parallel to Gloria's plot line last season. But I wonder if Artie is now supposed to, you know, just for this episode, sort of take that mantle, basically, you know, like Artie basically doing exactly the same thing that Jackie did, you know, where he's getting involved where he shouldn't, you know, he's doing these rookie mistakes, he's trying to go and be a big tough guy and he's not, and he nearly died because of it, you know? And I guess the other thing with this is because it's specifically about suicide. I'm not going to say unalive, because A, they already said it in the show. B, I don't care. I don't have monetization on this episode anyway, because there's footage of a show. So HBO takes my monetization for these videos anyway, so I don't care. Anyway. But yeah, maybe, I guess the other thing too is, like, it's not just that an innocent life was snuffed out, basically, but it's the fact that, you know, this is not what Tony wanted, you know? Now, that's not to say that he wanted Jackie to die, but he basically ran out of options, you know? He ran out of options with Jackie, you know? Whereas, and you could say it's the same thing, like, Jackie almost mirrors Pussy to an extent, you know? Where it's just like, you know, they were brothers, basically. And he had to put him down, you know, because of this betrayal, because he screwed up, basically. Because he was going against him. And that was rough, but there was a sense of almost closure about it. Granted, Pussy's death still haunts him, you know? But with Gloria, he thought that he avoided that, you know? He thought he avoided that, and he cut ties. He completely cut ties with her so that she could make something of her life, you know? Do something, without him. And then she ended it. She ended it. She did something that he did not essentially approve of. Even though, again, it killed him to kill Pussy, to kill Jackie, to have Jackie killed, basically. It's like, even though those things killed him, he can sit there and be like, I had to make this decision, and that is the decision I made, and I will have to live with that. Whereas with Gloria, it basically went out of his hands. And so now, and I mean, like, goodness, Gloria's death, this is affecting him more than his own mother, Like, that's the thing, That's the thing, It says a lot about society and how we live in it. I don't know. Where are we going anywhere with this AJ thing? I said every friggin' episode. Are we going anywhere with this? I don't know. It was also weird. It's just like, oh, you should have told me that you were really rich. It's just like, what? And it was like, I thought I was rich. You must have been laughing at me, thinking that I was rich. And she's just like, no. It's just like, what the who cares? I don't know. Maybe that'll go somewhere at some point. But it's an interesting thing that, having, especially now, like, doing this, 6 episodes into the season, like, hey, we're going to follow up on that whole Gloria thing. And we're going to parallel it with Artie, Artie, who, just every time it's like, hey, Artie's going to do something in this episode. You're just like, oh no, what's he going to do this time? I will at least give credit that Ralphie looked at that and was like, nope, no, I'm not a part of this, So that's at least something. More and more, I think we're just going to come back to the end of last episode where, it's just Tony in the rain, the rain outside, a cigar, a horse, and a goat, and he was at peace. That's going to be that's our new, like, Tony in paradise, basically. That's Tony's happy place now, because goodness. And man, the fact that he, I didn't write it down, but the fact that pretty much after hearing about Gloria, and he had to hear it firsthand from someone there, but hearing about Gloria, and then he immediately goes and signs the papers fully, which he didn't do last episode, Man, oh man. Man, oh man. He did it. He's like, you know what? It's a thing of like, you know what? I've hitched my wagon to Carmilla. That's what I'm going with. I have no idea when I'm going to die, so I should sign this, You never know. You never know. Someday, maybe all of this will get to him, and maybe he'll end up doing what Gloria did. But, I mean, probably not. Probably not, but, like, it's something he thought about. It's just like, oof, I can't. No more messing around with that. Is Tony a toxic person? Yes. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? Was it season 3, I think, of Jessica Jones? You guys ever watch Jessica Jones? The first season of Jessica Jones was great. Fantastic show. The second and third season are garbage. They're really bad. But it just reminds me, I think it's at the end of the third season, they arrest one of the characters, and the whole thing is she thought she was being a hero the whole time, and then at the end she just has this moment and she literally says, I'm the bad guy, and then they like arrest her and throw her into fucking the raft or whatever. And it's just one of those moments you get there and you're just like, of course you are, you just realized this. That's kind of what it is with Tony. It's just like, am I a toxic person? Yes! Yes, you are. You know? Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Wait. Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. There we go. Those are words. I know words. I have the best words. But it's kind of like that. It's like, am I a toxic person? Yes. You're Tony Soprano. I suppose there are more toxic people than you, and there are less toxic people than you. But you are a toxic person. You know? Jiminy. And put Artie in therapy. You know? Goodness. Put Artie in therapy. You never know. He might need it. Either put him in therapy or put him in a horse pen with a horse, a goat, a cigar, in the rain. One of those two. It'll fix something, I think. I don't know. But they're about the same thing, I think. Either go to this place or go to therapy. The therapy's probably better, but hey. I don't know, man. Also, Chris, stop taking heroin. Stop taking heroin. He's gonna need to go through rehab, I think. It's just like with Jesse. You gotta go through rehab at some point, you know? You go through rehab, get cleaned up, come back, you know? Okay. Heavy episode. Heavy episode. I mean, they're all heavy, but heavy episode. Well, I don't know. Maybe last episode about the horses wasn't quite so heavy, but this one was heavy. But this one was good. I like this episode. I'm glad. I like that it follows up on stuff from last season, and yeah, this was a really good episode. So yeah. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Sopranos reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.